The following is a special presentation of Big Polly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. To Hometown Bowl 2, drawing closer. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our second of four second round games. And today we're going to have Miami battling Washington up in the D.C. area for you. And we have to alter the weather for January. 40 degrees. Little bit of a wind, kind of like the weather they had in Kansas City yesterday for the Baltimore-Kansas City game. All home teams have won every postseason game. So should we just cancel the postseason and have Cleveland and New York play each other? Well, I think other teams like Kansas City and San Francisco and Dallas would have something to say about that. I will play as Washington. That's probably why the home teams are winning all the time. You see it there, Miami winning their opening round game against Atlanta. Now they have advanced to the second round, and they face the Washington Commanders. And Washington wins the toss, defers to the second half. They are in the burgundy color with the yellow lettering and numbering. Hampton back deep for Miami. We're underway. Miami will have the wind advantage for quarters 1 and 4, and that's a nice return for Hampton, 31 yards to the 31 as he took it from the goal line. Offensively for Miami, Zonka and Nathan at running back. Landry at Pryor at wide receiver in the base formation. Clay will be the tight end. Marino, of course, out of the Pitt Panthers. He plays quarterback. Webb, Little Langer, Sims, and Evans, your offensive line. And we'll see what happens. We'll give you the Washington defense in just a moment. The give will be to Zonk, and Larry Zonka picking up 4 yards. And Arrington making the stop. Manley, Butts, and Talbert, your front four for the Commanders. Hamburger, Slavinsky, and Arrington. We'll see Slavinsky again on the offensive line. And your defensive backs are Green and Bailey, Houston, and Taylor. 2nd and 6 from the 35. And we'll give you Washington's offense when they have the ball and Miami's defense. And another straight ahead move with Zonka. A 3-yard gain on the tackle, Dave Butts. And it's 3rd and 3 from the 38. 14:04 left in our opening quarter as we have just started. And Miami hits a big play. Play action to Jarvis Landry, good for 21 yards. And Bailey making the stop. For the Commanders, we can no longer, of course, call them the Washington Redskins, although I'll probably flub up and say that a few times. That's to Tony Nathan. Nathan all alone in the flat, a gain of
offense.
9.
Number 73, 10-yard penalty.
And now you know why he was all alone in the flat. It was a holding penalty, backing Miami up 10. 1st and 20 at the 49. Incomplete, another
Holding.
marker.
Offense. Number 73, 10-yard penalty.
Second verse, same as the first. It's 1st and 30 for Miami at the 39. Miami, the 11 seed. Washington in at seed number 6. And that is a completion to Landry. 13-yard gain. He had 8 catches for 102 yards against the Falcons last week as they advanced to this second round where we whittled the field down to 8. 2nd and 17 at the 48. That's another catch for Jarvis Landry. Bass making the tackle. And it's going to be 3rd and 11 from the 42. That's a catch and a first down for Landry, we think. I am not going to challenge the spot. I'm going to give Miami the first down. The odds of getting that overturned, even if it would result in a 4th and a yard situation or less, wouldn't be worth it at 39%. 1st and 10 at the 31. Here comes Miami. And Zonka a 5-yard gain. Man making the tackle at the 26. 26. So it's 2nd and 5 from there. Nice drive going here for Miami. And Zonka no gain after being tackled by Dave Butts. In fact, this is the 9th play of the drive coming up that's already taken 5:46 off the clock. And a throw and a catch and a touchdown. That is Irving Fryer from 26 yards out, and Miami taking the lead at 6-0. Taking 6:37 off the clock, a 9-play, 69-yard drive. Your point after. Good for Carpenter, and it's 7-0. And the Commanders now will get the ball for the first time, trailing. James, Sines, and Williams back deep, and this will be a touchback with Miami having that little slight 0 to 5 mile an hour wind advantage. For Miami, we'll get to the Miami defense actually in a moment. Washington will bring out Davis and Bossler at running back, Monk and Clark in the base formation. They are your wide receivers. Cooley is the tight end. Jurgensen, your quarterback out of Virginia. Jacoby, Grimm, House, Slavinsky, there's that name again, and Samuels are your offensive linemen. And we'll go to Davis. And he goes straight ahead for 5 yards on that dive play. Dick Anderson making the tackle for the Dolphins. Their defense, Taylor, Wake, Baumhauer, and Fernandez, your front four. Cox, Thomas, Beaucamp are your linebackers. Madison and Surtain are your corners. Anderson and Jake Scott are the safeties. So at 2nd and 5, 8:02 now left, opening quarter. We're going to look to Art Monk on the cross. That is incomplete. Jurgensen checked down instead to Don Bossler. So 3rd and 5, they'll go 3 wide. And we'll look to Charlie Taylor. Medium hitch on 3rd. And he was wide open, and Taylor gaining a few yards after the catch. Surtain finally caught up to him at the 46, a gain of 21. 7:16 left. We'll point out, if Miami wins, they will get Cleveland in the quarterfinal round. If Washington wins, they will get New York. I take that back. They get San Francisco in the quarterfinals, and they beat San Francisco earlier in the regular season. Davis trapped left on 1st and 10 because they are the 6th seed, and in the quarterfinals, if everything goes to chalk, then the total should equal 9, so it would be 3 against 6, and it would be Washington, San Francisco. But under the HTFL postseason rules, the highest seeded team is matched up with the lowest seeded survivor, and that's why Miami would get Cleveland and not San Francisco in the quarterfinal round. 2nd and 8, we'll go Clark on a short out, and he found him. A first down, a gain of 10. So Jurgensen has started 2 for 3 for 31 yards. Back to the ground, go sweep left with Davis in the double tight end set. And that at no gain. Taylor on the tackle. And let's profile Taylor for you. That's Jason Taylor, of course, out of Akron. And it's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 42. Back to the 3 wide set. By the way, when they go double tight, Jerry Smith comes in and plays tight end. Medium flyer out to Charlie Taylor. Usually very dependable. But the pass instead was a quick check down to Davis, incomplete. 3rd and 10. 4 wide now in the game for Washington, which brings in Ricky Sanders. Davis is the nickelback, by the way, for Miami. And we're going to again look to Charlie Taylor on 3rd and 10. Man in motion there, 81. And that is off the hands of Taylor and incomplete, and the Washington drive fizzles at the 42. Very minute chance of hitting a field goal, so they're going to bring Eddie LeBaron, and he'll pooch punt it. And a very good pooch punt. Down at the 3, and it was a 39-yard punt, but it's got Miami cornholed, first and 10 from the 3-yard line. 4:29 left opening quarter. Here's Zonka gaining 7. Darrell Green came up, made the tackle, setting up second and third from the 10. And Zonka losing yards this time. Slavinsky on the tackle, and that's going to set up 3rd and 4. Happy Sunday to you all. It's May 15, 2022 as I record this. 3rd and 4 at the 9, the Sunday after Mother's Day. Incomplete pass. Next week, of course, will be the PGA Championship. 4th and 4 from the 9, and Washington should have good field position on this punt. And that was taken by Crowder for an 8-yard return. The punt went 42. The net will be 34. Tampa Bay Lightning won last night, 2-1, to keep their quest for a 3rd straight Stanley Cup going. Davis on the stretch play. And they never led in the series until the final game, which they won 2-1. Manny Fernandez making that tackle, gain of 4. And Stephen Davis now up to 4 carries and 11 yards. 2nd and 6. We're going to go play action medium to somebody. And we'll go to Clark. Miami playing man. And that's a good catch by Clark. A gain of 16. Surtain on the tackle for you. Been watching a lot of heels lately on Stars. Getting caught up to speed with that series. Very good series. And that front. Funny the things you get in your email. Shohei Ohtani hit his 100th home run yesterday. 1st and 10 at the 23. We'll go Bossler on a dive. Might be keying on Davis. He'll gain 4 yards. Wake on the tackle for Miami. A minute 15 now left in the first quarter. I do not know offhand what happened with the Rays game last night. I will look that up in just a moment. Between quarters. Incomplete. That was for Art Monk. 3rd and 6 now. And we're going to go screen to Stephen Davis. And Davis is going to take that to the house. Looked like it was batted, but Davis Johnny on the spot, and the timing of the catch with that changing, it allowed Davis just to take it waltz into the end zone. Aguirre hitting the extra point. We're tied 7-7 with 15 seconds now left opening quarter. As I have said, the home team has won every game so far. In fact, the home team has won every game on this channel since Wednesday of the final week of the season, when New York beat New England in that game where I had audio difficulties most of the way. And let me see what happened here. And I can give you an honest result. It was the Blue Jays 5, the Rays 1 yesterday, and they'll be playing a little later on at 1:40. Is that right? Hang on a minute. Let me just double check this, folks. Usually if the Rays are at home, they play 1:10. No, it's going to be a 1:40 game. Okay. And right now, if you have the Peacock Network, the Braves, and the Pirates about to get started in about 15 minutes. It's part of their little breakfast with baseball. I remember reading that in Voices of the Game by Kurt Smith. Oh, that kick's going to go out of bounds.
Kicking team.
That kick out of bounds by Hopkins. And Miami's going to start at the 40 with 15 seconds left. They were thinking about that. Kurt Smith was thinking about that idea in the 1990s in his book Voices of the Game. And no play will be run as time runs out after Marino threw a pass to Tony Nathan for a gain of 10. So we have played a quarter and we're at 7 apiece. Miami, 13 plays, 105 yards. 7 passes. Washington, 8 passes out of 13 plays, 81 yards. So we'll go to the second quarter. Now Miami will be going into the wind, but the wind is slight. And the give was to Larry Zonka. No gain on that play. Zonka, 7 carries and 18 yards. In fact, he has all the carries so far for Miami. And that's an incompletion. Marino looking for Tony Nathan. 3rd and 10. Ball at the 50. And another incompletion. So back to back to back incomplete. And the Commanders are going to get the ball back. And the punt by Larry Seipel is going to go out of bounds at the 19. 1st and 10 for the Commanders. It's a 7-7 tie. And we'll go to Stephen Davis, trap left. And we have a marker.
Holding offense. Number 87, 10-yard penalty.
They get Jackie Smith for the hold. And it's going to be 1st and 20. We'll go Bossler. On Bossler. And Bossler straight ahead, gaining 6 yards. 2nd and 14. How about Gary Clark on a medium crossing route? Incomplete, as that play looked just ever so slightly mistimed. We'll go Cooley, medium hitch. Hope he can get the first. He's wearing 47, and he's got a first down. Gain of 15 yards. So Washington throwing the ball, they figure their chances are better throwing it. The front 7 is only got a couple of 8s on it. But if you go into the defensive backfield, you got an 8 at one of the corners, Surtain. And when Miami brings in reinforcements, they are usually 8s. Charlie Taylor, medium fly, 1st and 10 from the 30. And he's got it. Gain of 16. And Jurgensen, 6 for 11, 97 yards. We'll go to Bossler just to keep the front 4 honest. And he will gain a yard. Jason Taylor on that stop. 2nd and 9. Cross to Cooley. He's got it. And a gain of 15. So the hot shooter now, Sonny Jurgensen. It's like he's at a craps table at your local tribal casino. I'm close to the Seminole Hard Rock here in Tampa. Trap left Stephen Davis on 1st from the 38, and he gains 3. Baumhauer on the stop, and it's now 2nd and 7 from the 35. We'll go Gary Clark on a medium fly route. And that mistimed. Clark could not get to the ball before the ball got to the spot where he was supposed to be. 3rd and 7, 5 wide now. And they'll look to Charlie Brown on a slant. It's there. It's 8 yards. It's a first down. And when they go 5 wide, by the way, it's Jones and Johnson who come in. Johnson is a 7, which means Miami is a bit depleted when they have to go to extra defensive backs. Gary Clark, medium slant, 1st and 10 from the 27. And that is caught. Another 17-yard gain, and Jurgensen is 9 for 15, 137 yards. Davis on a dive. 1st and goal from the 10. And he gains nothing, and he'll have to like it. Zach Thomas on that stop. We'll go Cooley on a short slant. 2nd and goal from the 10. That is incomplete. Ruled an incompletion. Looked like Madison had a pick for a moment, but not to be. 3rd and goal from the 10. They'll go 4 wide. Put Jurgensen in the gun, and they will try Clark on the short pass. And Clark has it, but he is stopped shy. He got 5 yards. He needed 10. He needed to find the paint, but not to be. 6:56 left. This was a 13-play, 86-yard drive that will now come to an end with Dustin Hopkins trying a field goal of 22 yards, and he hits. And Washington is up 10-7. So a nice drive there for Washington, taking some time off the clock. We're down to 6:20, which reminds me that Today is the 100th birthday of WDAE, which is on 620 on the AM dial here in the Tampa Bay area, home of the Rays. Hampton back deep. It's their 100th birthday. May 15th, 1922. They started on 833. WDAE 833. First and 10 from the 20, and they were the first radio station in Tampa, St. Petersburg area. A gain of 3 for Larry Zonka. Houston on the stop for Washington. Second and 7 at the 23. The oldest station in Florida, I believe, is WQAM out of Miami. Incomplete. That was the longtime home of the Miami Dolphins on radio. Third and 7. Ball at the 23. 5:31 left. Incomplete. And that's going to bring up fourth down, and Miami has to punt it away with Larry Zeipel. Taken by Crowder, a return of 7. The punt went 44. So a 37-yard net. 5:16 now left in the half. And Washington leading 10-7, trying to become the 6th team in a row to win a playoff game in the HTFL Season 2 playoffs at home. Sweep to the left, Stephen Davis. First and 10 from the 40. A gain of 5. Kim Bocamper out for the game, an undisclosed injury. So Channing Crowder is going to replace him. He's out of Gator Country and the University of Florida. Second and 5 from the 45. How about Bossler here on that I didn't mean to call that. Let's just call an audible. And we're going to call a quick pitch to Davis. And Davis in fact, he lost a couple of yards there. So the audible really didn't work. Third and 7. Short pass, Cooley. And a man in motion. Oh, and the flat overthrown there, and Scott may have picked it off.
Ruling on the field is confirmed. Incomplete. A timeout will be charged.
Okay, so Washington punts, 4:20 left to go. And Eddie LeBaron will punt away. Line of scrimmage being the 43, and a good punt for Eddie as it goes 46 yards. Ted Ginn Jr. with the fair catch. I think his father also played for the Dolphins at one point. And Marino throwing the clay, gain of 7. We are down to 4:08 left until halftime, and Washington with a 10-7 lead. Looking to advance next week, and if they do, they will get San Francisco. Fryer fumbled, and it's going to be Commander ball. Ken Houston with the recovery. And if you've been watching HTFL football, you know that when a team turns the ball over, I try to go for the quick strike. It's going to be a play-action bomb to Clark. We'll see if La Bamba works. And Jurgensen heaving it incomplete. Always got to try to stretch the defense a little bit. Second and 10 at the 29. 3:13 left to go. Hitch, Taylor. Incomplete. Third and 10. How about Cooley on a medium cross? We're going to have a marker down.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 40. Automatic. First down.
And that is Dick Anderson. First and 10 now at the 16 of Miami. 3 minutes exactly left to go in the half. Davis straight ahead. Gains 4. Anderson on the tackle. We're going to go Bossler. Sweep to the left side. 250. And actually, Miami called time. They do not call time after Bossler gained 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 2. 2:15 left, but first we'll let the 2-minute warning hit. Washington 10, Miami 7. Washington with 3 timeouts and their challenge left. The Dolphins have 2 timeouts, no challenges. Triple tight end formation, but we're going to pass out of it. And we are going to go to Jerry Smith on a play-action short pass. Incomplete. Was not caught, so Jurgensen has now fallen to 10 for 21, 142 yards, 1 touchdown. Hopkins try to make it 13-7, which he does. 150 now left in the half. And we'll see what Marino can do. Here's Hampton. Well, Hampton took a knee. It's a touchback. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 20. It's going to be Marino looking for Landry, incomplete. Both of the split ends for Miami wear 80. Landry's on top, Fryer is on the right side, split end. 2nd and 10. Nathan will pick up 6. Not going to call a timeout. I'll let Miami burn theirs, and they do burn a timeout. They have 1 left. 3rd and 4, ball at the 26. Screen to Nathan. As I keep hitting the mouse button, this episode and the last, for some odd reason, gain of 10. Bailey will be accredited to tackle. 1st and 10 at the 36. Miami down to 1 timeout. And 1:23 to go.
Pass interference, defense. Number 24, automatic, 1st down.
Bailey called for pass interference, and that moves it up to the 42, 1:19. 1st and 10. Nathan with running room going down the sidelines like a ballerina.
Holding, offense.
But that's going to come
Number
back.
Number 66, 10-yard penalty.
And that would have been a gain of 31. 1st and 20 from the 32, 1:08 to go. Incomplete. 2nd and 20. Incomplete, batted at the line by Butts. 3rd and 20. Now remember, the Commanders have all 3 timeouts. Fryer, a gain of 10. He got out of bounds, which helps Washington with 53 seconds left, and Seipel has to punt it again. Inside the 15. We're going to try to return it. Crowder, return of 4. Offerdahl, John Offerdahl on the stop for Miami. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 16. Probably going to let the half expire. We'll just do a couple of runs here in case one of them breaks. Trap right, Stephen Davis. He will gain 6 yards. Finishes the half at 11 carries and 28, and that'll do it for the first half. Your score, as we go to the break, it is 13-7 in favor of Washington over Miami. This is a second-round matchup in the HTFL Season 2 playoffs. I will be right back. Getting ready to start the second half of play. Tomorrow we'll have Chicago and Tampa Bay for you. In Chicago, that'll be our 3rd second-round game, and then we wind things up with Minnesota hosting Denver to conclude the second round, and then all the teams that have had byes, that's all over and done with, and then everybody will have entered the playoff field, starting with our games beginning Thursday. We will have Cleveland playing whoever the lowest seeded team is that survives. By the way, Washington will receive to start the second half. Remember, they deferred. And then New York hosts a game as the 2nd seed. San Francisco hosting a game as a 3rd. If the score holds, that'll be San Francisco, when we already know it's going to be Kansas City, Dallas a week from today to wrap up the quarterfinal round. And then in the week after, we will do our semifinals Tuesday and Wednesday, and our championship game, Hometown Bowl 2, on Friday. And that will be Friday the 27th, the week of Memorial Day. Weekend of Memorial Day. James, Signs, and Williams back deep for the Commanders. We'll return in a yard deep, just see if anything happens. And James past the 20. A return to the 30 for 31 yards. Miami, 27 plays, 153 yards, 19 passes. Washington, 35 plays, 184 yards, 21 passes. So both teams using the passing game. Bossler straight ahead on a dive. We'll do this just in case they are checking on Davis for a double team. They were doubling Jerry Smith, which was kind of unusual. And Bossler, no slouch today, 4 carries and 18 yards. We'll go to Monk on the short slant on 2nd and 6. No, incomplete. That'll set up 3rd and 6. We'll go screen to Stephen Davis. Miami's going to play the 4-1 dime. And that was overthrown and incomplete. So LeBaron will punt. Remember, Washington still has the wind advantage for the third quarter. Ginn Jr. taking it at the 19, and that's going to be a fair catch. So Miami, let's see what they can do. No road team has won yet in this Season 2 playoffs. 1st and 10 at the 19. Incomplete. Sorry about that little beep again. And Marino was trying to throw it to Clay. 2nd and 10 at the 19. Marino 11 for 20.
False start. Offense. Number 73, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
So that's 25 yards of penalties that I can think of for Evans. Finishing that thought about Marino, 11 for 20, 132 yards, 1 touchdown. 2nd and 15 from the 14. That's completed to Clay. Clay with a little bit of run after the catch. A 17-yard gain against Atlanta last week. Marino, 21 for 33 for 313. 1st and 10 at the 31. The give to Larry Zonka. He gains 2 yards. Dolphins started with the lead. They led 7-0 at one point in this game. 2nd and 8. The ball at the 33. Oh, there I hit that. I don't know why I keep hitting that mouse button. Maybe they should just amputate my right index finger. An incomplete pass. Dropped for Fryer. I already had one amputation. 3rd and 8 at the 33. And Zonka gaining 9. And that's going to give him a 1st down, I think, yes. And Kenny Houston on the stop. Zonka, they give the ball to him again, thinking he's hot. That's a gain of 4. Zonka at 11 carries for 36 yards. No catches yet in this game. 2nd and 6 from the 46. The give this time to Tony Nathan. He gains 2. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 4 at the 48. 10:22 now left in the third. Nathan stopped behind the line. Dave Butts with a huge tackle. And, or as Al Michaels would say, huge. 4th and 5 at the 47. And here is the punt for Larry Seipel. And it's going to go to the sideline. And it's out of the 24, only went 29 yards. 1st and 10. How about a screen to Bossler? I don't think we've used him as a receiver yet. That's caught, and he was wide open, too. A gain of 13 yards. Taylor tipped it, and again, just like on the case of the touchdown that Stephen Davis caught in the second quarter, it seemed that the deflection just changed everybody's timing. And Bossler with a 13-yard gain, and then, as I said, that was his first catch. Davis's only catch was for 19 yards, and he got a touchdown off of it. 1st and 10. And I sense a little trickeration. No, I'm not going to do that. We'll try Monk on the reverse. And Monk gets it. He churns it up the field. Past the 50, past the 45. We have a fumble on the play, and Miami's got it. Zach Thomas hit Monk pretty hard. And he coughed up the ball. Patrick Surtain on the recovery, and Miami is back in business at their own 42. 7:57 left in the third. The Commanders holding on to a tenuous 13-7 lead. A gain of 3 for Larry Zonka. Talbert on the stop. And that is going to set up a 2nd and 7. Special hello to Luke Brown, who said, "Go Chiefs!" watching the Chiefs-Ravens game, and the Chiefs won that 26-12 to advance to the quarterfinal round where they're going to play Dallas. It'll be the 4 seed and the 5 seed in that. Be a hell of a game. That'll be a week from today, the 22nd.
Holding. Offense. Number 69. 10-yard penalty.
Sims called for holding. My new podcast out, Paulie Talks Wrestling, looking at the first Saturday night's main event of 1985. 2nd and 7, the ball at the 35. They only had 4 matches on it. And none of the matches were any more than about 6-7 minutes long. Third and 17. So it was like a pilot episode the way it was treated. Third and 17 at the 35, and Marino's going to need a big play here, which he doesn't get. Deflection by Champ Bailey, hooked up with Jarvis Landry, and Seipel back in the punt again. Oh, this sounded like a booming punt. We'll see. Oh, yeah, it backed Crowder up a little bit. Went 45. And the return 5 yards. First and 10, Washington at their own 25. Want to get Bossler the ball a little bit. He has been good. 8 in the box for Miami, and Bossler just shoves it down their throat. A gain of 9. Channing Crowder making the stop for Miami. Second and 1. We have 6:30 left in the third quarter, and then Washington loses its wind advantage. So we hope the breeze will help this play. It's going to be La Bamba to Clark, the bomb, play action bomb. But Jurgensen's going to run. He'll get the first down, but a penalty.
Offsides, offense, number 56, 5-yard penalty.
So that negates the first down. It'll make it 2nd and 6. 5:41 left, third quarter. Washington leading 13-7. We'll go trap right. Stephen Davis just chop the yardage down a bit. He got the first down, a gain of 7. First and 10. Washington now up to 238 yards of offense. Miami at 189. And Davis at 12 carries and 35 yards. We'll go Clark on the short slant and the 3 wide set. And he's got it close to the first down, but he didn't get it. A gain of 9. Same situation, 2nd and a yard. And we're going to try the bomb again to Clark. There it goes. And, close, but Clark could not grab that. 3rd and a yard, 3 tight ends coming to the game. Hugh Taylor comes in to play tight end. I'll show you Hugh. He's out of Oklahoma City, who doesn't have a football program anymore. Davis on a dive play. And he's just short. Permission to get a first down denied. And it's going to be 4th and inches from the 46. Now, I don't think they'd be stupid enough to try go for it on 4th and inches here on your own side of the field. Go to LeBaron and hit a sideline punt eddy. And he does that. A gain of 38 on the punt, out of bounds at the 16. So Washington content to play position football here. First and 10 at the 16. Play field position football. Here's Larry Zonka. Another big play for Larry. 9 yards. 13 carries for 48, but he's had some big gains amongst those carries. 2nd and a yard. Ball to 25. Miami still trailing by 6. They get the first down. Now, I could challenge, but on 2nd, I don't think there's any use to challenging. 1st and 10, because you'd still have to stop him on 3rd and a yard. 1st and 10, ball to 26. And Zonka gained 3. And plus, I have confidence in my defense, who's done a good job so far, holding Miami to only 53 yards rushing. Gain of 3 for Zonka on that play, tackled by Taylor. It looked like Taylor. Gain of 2. Do we have a Taylor on the defense? Yes, we do. And Zonka gained 5 to set up a 3rd and 2. Manley with the tackle. 3rd and 2, under a minute now, third quarter. And that's the Tony Nathan. Just got the first down. And that is a good place to stop for just a bit. We have played 3. It is 13-7 Washington. Miami, 43 plays, 209 yards, 25 passes. Washington, 45 plays for 248 and 26 passes. So it's 15 minutes or more to determine who advances into the quarterfinal round from this game. If it's Washington, they will go to San Francisco. If it's Miami, they will go to Cleveland. 1st and 10 at the 36. Big one tomorrow. Tampa Bay at Chicago. Tony Nathan, a gain of 16 yards and a first down. Sean Taylor on the tackle for the Commanders, and I nearly said Redskins. First and 10 at the 48 of Washington. Here's Larry Zonka, and Zonk 3 more yards. Slavinsky coming in. And they're going to rest Tony Nathan and bring in Andre Franklin, number 37. And it's going to be 2nd and 7 at the 45 of Washington. Pass in the flat, good to Jarvis Landry.
Offense.
But it's going to come back.
78, 10-yard penalty.
As Webb called for holding and sits up 2nd and 17. And Dan Marino suddenly has his work cut out for him. Incomplete there, looking for Andre Franklin. 3rd and 17. Incomplete, looking for Irving Fryer. So on 4th, Miami has to punt again. How have they been doing on 3rd down conversions? Because I assume it hasn't been good. They are 6 for 13. And Seipel will punt it away. Should land inside the 5. We'll let it roll, hope for a touch. And it wasn't a touchback. It rolled dead at the 2. A nice 53-yard punt for Larry Seipel of the early 70s Dolphins. Washington leading 13-7. We will go Bossler on a trap left. And what happened there? A loss of a yard. Busted play and a bad time for that. Taylor making the tackle of the one nearly a safety. And we're going to have Jurgen. We're going to go 3 tight ends, actually. And we're going to have Jurgensen just run it out. And no gain. 3rd and 11 at the 1. Be careful here. Dive to Davis. And he gains 5 yards to the 6. I know the animation did not support it. But they got it out to the 6 just to give their punter LeBaron some breathing room. So Miami should have excellent field position here. Ginn Jr., a fair catch. No, actually, he did return it. He lost a yard. Griffin on the tackle for the Commanders. And with 10:55 left 4th quarter, it's 13-7. The give this time to Andre Franklin gains 3 yards. So a very tight game. Don't know who's going to win this one just yet. 2nd and 7 from the 48. The give is to Larry Zonka. He'll lose a yard. Man on the tackle. 3rd and 8 at the 47. Incomplete. Looking for Jarvis Landry, and Miami will punt it right back. Oh, that's off the side of the foot of Seipel. Only a 32-yard punt there, out at the 21. So again, I will repeat that the winner of this game, if it's Miami, they get Cleveland. If it's Washington, they get San Francisco. And Washington beat San Francisco earlier in the year. In fact, I think that was a game I did in the early parts of the regular season. I think the score was like 25-6. And with that, we hope you all are well. And it's going to be a first down for the Commanders. 9:20 left to go as I'm keeping an eye on a couple of things on my phone. Trap right, Bossler. For first down and 10, that's a gain of 3. Crowder on the stop for Miami. And it's 2nd and 7. And now Washington is going to milk the clock. And they're going to go Bossler. Sweep to the left side. And nothing there for Bossler. I think that's the first time he has been stopped for no gain all day. Baumhauer making the tackle, one of the defensive tackles. No, I didn't mean to bring up Cameron Wake. Bob Baumhauer out of Alabama, Bear Bryant country. 3rd and 7. Slant to Gary Clark with 8:21 to go, and that is incomplete. So Washington just barely hanging on. Jurgensen's now 12 for 27, 164 yards and a touchdown. LeBaron will punt it deep. And Ginn Jr. taking the fair catch at the 26. Good defensive battle, still 13-7. which was the score of our Tampa Bay-Pittsburgh first-round game. 1st and 10 at the 26, and this is a give to Larry Zonka. Green has been injured, one of the better corners that Washington has. He's going to be out a few plays. So coming in will be Mike Bass, who scored the only touchdown in Super Bowl VII for the Washington Redskins. 2nd and 8 at the 28. That was off the flubbed field goal by Garo Yepremian, of course. A gain of 6. It was blocked, and it came right back to Garo Yepremian, and Garo did not know what to do with it. A 6-yard gain for Tony Nathan, setting up 3rd and 2 from the 34. We're down to 7-12, and Zonk is going to get the first down the hard way and earn it. Thank you, John, the late, great John Hausman. The old-fashioned way, I should have said. They earn it. 1st and 10 at the 41. See, I still remember the commercials a little bit. Larry Zonka in the clear. Past the 40, past the 30. And he gains 33 yards to go over the 100-yard running mark for today, rushing, on his 21st carry. And now Miami is changing things up. They're going to go 4 wide. They're going to bring in Nat Moore and Chris Chambers. Miami sensing some blood in the water. 1st and 10 at the 26. Caught by Jarvis Landry. He is down to the 10. Actually, I take it back. He caught it inside the 10. Caught by Bass at the 5. So now Miami, this could be a huge shift in momentum. 1st and goal at the 5. Marino finding Chris Chambers, and we have a tie score. 13 and 13 with 4:20 to go. Carpenter out. A very critical extra point, which he hits. And all of a sudden, Miami is leading at the 4:20 mark of the 4th quarter. And Washington has been stagnant on their offense. So this is going to be a tough ask for the Commanders to try to come back. But they could take the lead on any score. James Signs Williams back deep for the Commanders. And that's going to be a touchback as that was kicked to the Atlantic Ocean. Forgive me a moment, folks. Just had the cough, so I'll get some water. Clear up the windpipes. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Commanders. And they're going to go with Stephen Davis. They're going to run the ball, I would think, until they have to throw the ball, because passing game has not been there. A gain of 2. Crowder on the tackle. And could we see our first road team win of the playoffs? Hitch to Art Monk, 2nd and 8. It's caught. Did he get the first? Yes, he did. First down. Remember, any score gives Washington the lead. Stephen Davis trapped to the left side. And he will gain yardage. I don't think Miami was expecting them to run there. And a gain of 13 yards. So suddenly, here comes the Commanders. I nearly said Redskins again. Single running back and a double tight end set. So it's Monk, Clark as your receivers, Cooley and Smith as your tight ends. We'll go Davis on the right side. And Davis got out of bounds. A gain of 6. We're down to 2:05. And that was, of course, that was the formation that Washington used in their salad days of the 80s when they had John Riggins. It's going to be 2nd and 4. Might be a good time to try a long pass. And that's what I'm going to do. Long pass, play action to Clark on 2nd. And instead it's a dump to Davis. He gained 7. We're at the 2-minute warning. And we have high drama here in the suburbs of Washington, D.C. Miami 14, Washington 13, 1:58 left to play. Clark, medium out. And that is Boston, is it Davis, I'm sorry, a gain of 9. And with 1:48, Time not the enemy of Washington, so they're just going to keep it rolling. And they're going to go Monk on the short hitch. 2nd and 1 from the 35 of Miami. That is an incompletion, and now all of a sudden Washington could be in trouble. We're going Bossler on the dive. Double tight end set. He'll get it. A 3-yard gain. They're at the 32. A minute 28, and again, Washington disdaining the use of timeouts. They'll go Monk on a medium out. 1st and 10 from the 32. And that is overthrown. Each team with all of their timeouts left. Washington has a challenge, but that'll probably prove inconsequential. Sanders, a medium slant on 2nd and 10. That is incomplete, and now the pressure is on. Only a 48% chance of hitting a field goal from here that would be successful. Monk, medium out on 3rd and 10, 3 wide. And Monk's got it. And now it'll be pretty academic. 49 seconds to go. Medium slant. We'll look to Clark. Incomplete. 42 seconds left. A field goal here would be a 65% chance of being successful, so I think Jurgensen's going to want to throw it more. He's 16 of 35, 202 yards, 1 touchdown. We'll let Charlie Taylor be the hero here. Medium cross on 2nd. Jurgensen's going to run. He's inside the 10. At the 8, they have the first down. And now it's academic here. The field goal odds go up to 75%. And Jurgensen's just looking at the clock. He will call time. 3 seconds to go. And it's going to come down to Hopkins. Only a 75% chance he could hit this field goal for 25, but that is mainly because they'll be kicking into the wind. So this to advance Washington to the quarterfinal round where they would get San Francisco. And I am sure 3 seconds left to play. This will be the final play of the game. Sydney or the Bush for the Washington Commanders. Hopkins. The snap is down. The kick is good, and Washington advances. 16-14. And there you go, folks. The home teams are 6-0 in the playoffs, which is not a good sign for Tampa Bay come tomorrow. Jurgensen will get the player of the game honors as he led the drive that allowed Hopkins to hit that 25-yard field goal at the gun. Team stats, pretty even. Each team, every trip to the red zone, they scored. Washington hitting 3 field goals, outgaining Miami 327, 304, and they ran 64 plays to Miami's 56, and they held the ball for 31-29. Jurgensen actually was not the best rated passer. It was Marino, 16 of 31, 193, 2 touchdowns, and a rating of 92.5. Zonka, 21 carries, 101 yards, led everybody. We had 3 players with 5 catches, Nathan and Landry for Miami. Clark for Washington also with 5 catches, and the leading yardage receiver was Jarvis Landry at 72. So Miami will finish the season at 12-8, 11-7 in the regular season, and then they split 2 games in the postseason. Zach Thomas led everybody with 7 tackles. So again, your final: Washington 16, Miami 14. Will be Washington and San Francisco next week in our quarterfinal round of the playoffs. Tomorrow, I think this will be a hell of a game. The Tampa Bay going to Chicago, playing that legendary defense of the Bears. And I think that'll be a good game. If I'm willing to be with you Monday, Lord willing, and if my creek doesn't rise, I will be here. That does it for another episode of the Hometown Football League Season 2. This was the 96th game I have done this season. Everybody take care of yourselves on this Sunday afternoon. Godspeed and God bless. We'll do it all again soon, I hope. And bye bye for now, everybody. Take care.